Hello and welcome to some Recharge High Voltage. Now this is an RC simulator and it is fantastic. Definitely one of the best RC games I've played. Now there's a few things in here. It's pretty early access, but what's here is fantastic. So you can customize your cars, you can build your own tracks. There's got a track builder in there. You've got a little hobby shop you can go to buy parts that you can then in turn use to upgrade in the customize area. It's not like performance upgrades, but just stuff like different bodies and things like that, which is cool to get your own little style going. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do some of these campaign tracks. You don't really unlock them until you do them in the campaign mode. So once you free roam a little area, you've got a few different options you can pick from. So you've got like a two-wheel drive buggy. This Thrasher's kind of like a slash. You got that ERX4 and then that HB44 is what we had. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up just the two-wheel drive buggy initially, because it's kind of what these tracks are for. At least in the campaign, there's only a buggy, so nothing else quite yet, but still. So this part of the game is kind of like a Trackmania aspect. If you're doing the campaign, it's all about getting times. We could check the leaderboards actually. Let's see. Okay, number one is an 891, and we've done a 956. So like 600s faster or 6/10 faster, so that's quite a significant little gap there, honestly, because it does take some skill to get the corners right. As you can see, the suspension here is working like how you'd expect. It absorbs the jumps. The traction expects how you'd work, especially with a two-wheel drive buggy. You will break traction and all that. And as you can see, the weight is kind of loaded up on the right hand side as we're like taking these turning corners. So the way it like rebounds and stuff, you can see it kind of flicks to the right side, kind of how you would imagine. So yeah, the physics of this are fantastic. Obviously I've done a few laps on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch on over to a different track, and I'll just show off real quick what the actual campaign mode is like, just to give you an idea. I've already done most everything. I haven't got the platinum medals or developer medals, but maybe I'll go ahead and give it a go on this one. Fairly simple track, but it does take some finesse to not break traction, like I was saying, as well as kind of get the appropriate apexes to carry the most amount of speed. So like we took that way too wide. Definitely sliding a little too much through the corners, but crap. Hope we lost traction in the rear there. This one definitely gotta be pretty gentle around the corners. Lost a lot of time in that last corner. Now I'm not gonna actually play this until I beat the time. I'm just want to show off that this is kind of how the campaign works, where you're going 4 times. Oh, we might actually beat the time here. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Pretty good. So then you'll get rewarded with some money at the end. You get money, like a little bit of money for doing laps on community tracks and whatnot, and then that money can be used to go buy the parts and whatnot, as well as extra vehicles. So that's kind of how the campaign works. Really fun to just try to go for all the medals. And then, yeah, you could go quick race and try to do the leaderboards as well. I'm going to go to the community tracks here, though, and we're going to load up. Yeah, we got top rated tracks. You can filter them by like different tags. You also can sort it through here. I'm gonna load up this Enduro Raceway though, because I have done this one, and this one's pretty fun. We are gonna do one of the different vehicles though. We've got this buggy loaded up, so That's just kind of the stock buggy. I haven't done this track with the buggy. That's why I don't have a time yet. But this is where they start to get a little more advanced and technical. Got a little whoop section there. You really got to kind of focus on, not over jumping stuff like that. There's a gnarly OJ. But so far so good. As you can see, as I turn the wheels in the air, it will affect the pitch, just like in real life. Ooh, man. Alright, that was not the way to do it. Now it's a good time to talk about the damage. As you can see, my wing just broke off. I meant to flip it over. I accidentally restarted, but that sure will happen again. But there is a full damage model in this game as well, which is pretty crazy. I believe this is made by a former BeamNG developer. And so I guess it would make sense. Like all the attention to detail and everything. As you can see, like the tires ballooning as you catch air. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's see if we can actually get something better in. Need to downside some of these jumps a little better. Alright, there we go. Over here so we can downside that. Now I'm just gonna slowed up too much. There's a big line there that you can hit. I was gonna go for just the safe option, but I messed it up. Oh yeah, I forgot. You gotta send it. Another one you can slow up and do the 2 tables, but yeah, ooh, we were getting really kicked along amongst the whoops there. This is one of those games kind of hard to talk and focus because you got to think about what you're doing. But let's actually get a decent lap in. I'm gonna try to go for all the big lines. Ooh, we almost got hooked on that piping there, but we're good. So here we go. Gonna send it. Went a little too fast actually. All right, one more attempt. Because I do still want to show off the other aspects of the game. Ooh. Glad I recovered from that, but I kind of dove the nose a little too much. There we go. That's the line I wanted to hit. We ran into that piping. Dang it. That's a terrible lap. Glad we hit that line though, but I'm gonna get a fast lap. I'm gonna do one more just so we can do that, but we can land on the table here, kind of like a step on. Whoa. Dang, those whoops are gnarly. All right, one last attempt. This is where it just gets super addicting trying to do one more run to get a better time, because you know you can. You can also use a transmitter with this, like an actual RC transmitter. I don't have that set up though. I'm just using a normal PS5 controller, but you can do it. Yeah, that line right there is so smooth, and we didn't hit the piping there. Now we gotta send it. There we go. Man. Oh, we broke off the wing. See, there we go. Kind of show it off. Well, I'm already kind of broken. Let's run into one of those. There we go. You see the like little steering rods and stuff popping off? The wheel popped off, and the shock. Like that's impressive. It's crazy. And also, we still can drive it around. Handles poorly, but those parts will kind of stay there. So even if we were to go load up again, you'll see that the those parts are still there. Just add to it. Oh, we didn't crash quite hard enough, but either way, that's one of the community things. So next, I kind of want to show off. Yes, I definitely do enjoy that track. You can also favorite if you want, but I am gonna come down and go into the builder real quick, just to kind of show that off. I'm gonna go to new level. This is one I started but never really finished. Go ahead and just keep it with that little buggy. But I was trying to get this like rolling double here to work, which now that I've already made a track, might know how to do. But either way, just to show this off, you got your layout down here. You can manipulate the terrain here. You've got different textures. So I got like asphalt there. But here, if you come in, you can add various types of jumps. Now, maybe on this straight real quick, we can add a jump. It's really intuitive. So you can drag it, position it with that. Here you can raise the pitch of the jump and make it absolutely massive, or mellow it out. You can lengthen the jump, and then you can raise the jump as well. And that is just those little basic like manipulations. You can also change the jump face. There's also different categories for this, so you can do landings as well. They've got tabletops. Oh, actually, it's solo developer. I don't know why I said they, but dips, hills, whoops, and these can all be manipulated however you would like. And then on top of that, you can change whether you want the jump face to kind of slant to the left or the right, be just in the center, the left, the right again. So much customization in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that real quick, but let's get a little jump going, or let's get some whoops actually. Be kind of like a, this will be kind of more of like a little double. Just add that. So yeah, there's simple little double. Now obviously if we wanted to, we could make them super small and add a bunch of them, and then there you've got a whoop section. So the way you create things is really cool. You can also add objects in, and there's a bunch of different objects you can use, like metal ramps, loopy loops. You've got skate park items, so you could probably in the future just make like a little skate park. I know like more obviously is going to come to this game. You got your decorations here. Super neat, easy to use. And I will go ahead, I'm not going to save that though. I'm going to load up. This is the track that I've recently made, and I'm going to load up the Thrasher for this one since we haven't used it. As you can see, this is the track with all the decorations and stuff put down. I tried to make it doable with every single car, so there's no like gaps you can't make or anything like that. But there are big lines that you can hit. Getting a little sloppy though. It's definitely a technical track. That's what I was going for, and I listed it under technical. Here's one of the big lines if I can hit it. There we go. And we can triple this. Perfect. This part's a little hard, getting kicked there. Ooh, yeah, that jump face is kind of wonky, and it's also turning a little bit up to it, so gotta make sure you hit it just right. But yeah, if you come up short here, you can land on top, and then there's also a separate landing for if you're using the two-wheel drive buggy. Obviously, you can send that whole thing. I'm just kind of going slow to get some clean laps in. If you come through here, this slower line is to do that. Step on, step off. You can come down here and kind of double your way through, but yeah, really fun to come in here and just try to create a bunch of tracks. We're not gonna have enough speed to get over that jump, but you can come up a little ramp there, which most of the time you're gonna have to do with the two-wheel drive buggy, but you can make the big jump. I have done it. Ooh, there we go, we landed on our wheels. Here's the other landing I was talking about. It's really fun to just go in, test different lines. You could probably make a full-on like rhythm section. I was thinking about doing a full build series, so let me know if you're interested in that, but we're not going to save anything with that. Lastly, I do want to show off some of the customization. So we'll go in here. If you click this, you can buy more vehicles. There's only the 4 in here currently, but I'm sure more are going to get added in real soon as well. I had 2 buggies, so I'm going to go ahead and customize one of them. But just to show you, you can change the decal as well. Let's see. You can also do a little drop test, but if I were to come in here, actually, I don't know if I can show it off just because I don't quite have enough money, but oh, here we go. You can change the different styles, but again, there's a full shop and customization area. So first, actually, though, I should show off, you can buy different bodies. This is the other parts of the shop. So you've got different categories here, like for the trophy truck, for example. It's kind of like the Slash. So you've got your standard trophy truck style bodies. I like the SUV, so that's what I was running on that. But there's even a bug body, which looks pretty sick. Maybe I'll do something with that. Actually, I really like that. I was running the bug body on the buggy as well, but you can do that as well as different spoilers that you can throw on there. You've also got some rims as well. There's even Endura branded rims, which is pretty cool. I imagine there's probably more coming in. But yeah, different wheel styles and everything. I bought a few parts for the buggy, so I'm gonna go ahead and customize it a little bit. So this is just the default buggy that we were using earlier. I could go ahead and customize this. These are some of the different body styles I have. So like that one looks kind of sick, actually. You can switch that out. If we go to the wing, we can customize this as well. Get like a different wing on there. Go over to the different rims. Now I don't think, oh, I do actually have some Endura beadlocks. Personally, I don't think these really fit the buggy. This is what I was running on that Slash type vehicle, the Thrasher. But yeah, you can do that. Let's see. Now, if you come in here, now you can change basically everything else. So if you come into the body, you could change the body color. You can come into wheels, change the wheel color. You could separate them like they are now, or not have them separate. You can do the same with the wing. This is, you can see this has like a little purple tint to it. You could change that. Now this is awesome. You can change the wheel nut color, the shock color, the spring color, your hardware color, your chassis color, all of that. And then there's a full decal editor as well, so you can really go in piece by piece and kind of tune everything up. Now I'm going to take a little bit of time to just make something. I'm not going to go too crazy. Like, I'll probably keep the decals the same, but I'll like change the color, you know, some things like that. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so I kept it pretty much the same. I switched up the body, the spoiler, kept the decals pretty much the same, removed a couple, got the blue going throughout. So like the chassis you can see is blue, white springs. I feel like it looks pretty clean. But yeah, just obviously you can go nuts and make whatever you want with this, but just to show it off, you could probably spend a lot of time carefully crafting your own little card. Super sick. Highly recommend this game. But I think the next thing I want to do is try to make a track build series, so let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I was thinking about making a track with a lot of like whoops sections, almost like a supercross track, but a lot of whoops, since we don't see a lot of them in real life. But either way, until the next one.